So I often get questions about what kind of lasers I use to do all of my tile work, basically framing, setting, light fixtures, accessories. I mean, lasers are just one of those things that you can use for all aspects of remodeling, and I always recommend a homeowner to have one of these. Even if you're just hanging regular pictures, it's nice to have this, be able to make them all set up in a line. So I've got two different lasers here. I just wanted to go through the differences so that you can evaluate which one would be best for you. But I have pretty much a basic model here. This is called the LS02CG, LS03CG. And this is basically, they all have these adapters to be able to hook onto a laser pull. So I have a laser pull here as well. This is telescopic, so you can move your laser up and down. And it's a tripod, so it could stand on its own. But having a laser stand really helps out to easily adjust things, especially when you're doing tile work. So this one I'm really impressed with. It's 2024 now. The pricing on this is about 170 bucks. So take that for what it is. If you're watching this later on, it could go up in price. But I was really impressed with this little laser. This is a very simplified kind of laser, really nothing to it, but it has two batteries, which is really important. Because when one goes dead, you don't want to be waiting for the other one to charge, or for to have to charge it and be able to use it. That was one major thing I was really upset about with a lot of these other manufacturers, like Dewalt. I had Dewalt for years, but they only had one battery, and once it went dead, it's very painful to have to wait for it to charge to be able to use it again. But having two batteries is really awesome, and it just has a regular USB-C connection to charge into a regular outlet. So you can see how strong this is. I mean, this is probably a good 12 feet away, and I could see this laser perfectly. And I like the green laser primarily because it shows up better on all types of surfaces. It's also easier on your eyes. Put this on our stand, it just has a little thread in piece. And like most self-leveling lasers like this, if you're out of level, it'll beep. So that's telling me that this is not in the proper calibration there. So, but yeah, you got your horizontal and you got your vertical. Very simple. Most circumstances, that's all you need. They do have a little bit of an adjuster. They also have a little magnetic user on here. You can actually screw this into the wall if you don't have a laser pull. And then this is kind of weird. It's just like a little adjustable table to get really low to the floor. I don't know if I'd ever use that. Maybe there's some circumstances that would make sense. But user-friendly, really not much to it, and it will definitely work for the projects that you need it for. So I think this is a pretty reasonably priced and easy laser to use. So, all right, so the next one is the SO04CG, and this one is about 250 bucks. Again, keep that in mind that prices continue to go up. The box is a little bit nicer. It's got a foam padding in here. But yeah, the laser is much bigger. So you can see this is just a lot beefier of a laser. It also has two batteries. It actually just has one rechargeable one, and then one that you can put regular AA batteries in. So if you didn't have a charger and you're on a job site where you just want to bring a pack of batteries, you can do that. So that's kind of nice. It's convenient, I guess. I kind of like the idea of having two regular rechargeable batteries, but these are going to last 8 hours. So most of the time you're not really having to recharge things unless you just forget to do it the night before. So, but having regular batteries is a nice option for places. First, the biggest difference of these two though is it having a remote, and you can also connect this to your iPhone. So the adjusting table on this that they have is also a magnetic one. So you can see the magnets on the back of that. You can also just screw this to a stud. It also has all the different adapters to connect to a laser pull and different mechanisms. You can get a regular tripod and connect this to. So it does have a little bit more, precise ability to adjust the laser, which is nice. But really, most, even this one has a pretty simple one that you can adjust when you get the laser pull. And I never really have much trouble adjusting the laser to begin with. So this is a fine-tune apparatus for this if you're going to be using it. I most likely will not use that. I mean, you know, I think this would be, I'm trying to figure out the scenarios where I'd really have a remote. And it would probably be in a framing stage of a project where I'm all the way across the room or something like that. And I just want to change the, where's the horizontal or the vertical? Yeah, there's the vertical. So let's put this on here. Let's just see if there's any difference in the power strength of it, because I don't really see much of a difference here. Honestly, they're all the same brightness. I see literally no difference. Biggest thing is that I can just turn off the other one with a remote control. So I guess if you're all the way across the room and you just want to be able to not have to go over there and press the button, that this would be a way to do it. This is a blinking aspect to it. This helps if you had like a laser tool for evaluating the height of like a footer or something like that. I think this laser would be really good for new construction, if you're doing an addition, if you're doing big framing projects, because having something like this right at hand to be able to change that, it's not going to help with the height though. It's not like you can just adjust the height with this thing. So I think this is just kind of like an extra nice bonus, but it's not, I don't think it's, for a tile contractor, it's just not really practical. I don't see myself really ever using this. In fact, I find myself losing this and never finding it again. So you can turn on and off your laser. And it also kind of gives you an indication of how level it is, which is really kind of not right now. I mean, it's level enough, but it's not. It gives you kind of the center point in as far as how level this unit actually is. Once you get outside of the bubble, that's when it starts blinking. So you could center that, you can make it more accurate to get this completely centered on the bubble, because they don't have that indication on here. So that's one thing that's nice that the app actually has. So for the extra 80 bucks to buy this model versus this model, the power strengths are the same. Biggest difference is that this just has a remote and can connect to your iPhone, and this one does not. But in my mind, I think the value is with these rechargeable batteries, having 2 of them. I would buy this one all day long, the cheaper model, and that would be totally sufficient for a tile contractor bathroom remodeler for sure. So hopefully some of those tips has helped you out. Check out Huepar.com, and thanks so much for sending me this out, Huepar. Really appreciate it. It's definitely nice to have some new tools with no thin set on them.